Hi everyone, Sally here. I'm a counsellor and a psychotherapist, and I've had a comment on my YouTube channel around how to deal with seasonal affective disorder, otherwise known as SAD or SAD syndrome. Now, if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, this is a thing. Southern Hemisphere, not too much because the winter months are a lot shorter. Northern Hemisphere, this is something that people really, really struggle with. You know, in our profession, there is a trend where when the clocks go back, especially in the UK, therapists' inboxes fill up with inquiries. It's usually about 2 weeks after the clocks go back, when the body kind of regulates to the darker days, darker I guess lighter mornings, but as the winter's drawing in, sometimes it doesn't feel that way. But the lack of daylight throughout the day, along with the winter weather that we experience, and this has a huge effect on people. It's something that we speak about a lot. You know, when you say, "Oh, I've got SAD or SAD syndrome," or it's a term that we use a lot, kind of like anxiety. You know, we now talk about, "Oh, I'm anxious. I have anxiety." But what does it really mean? And what do we actually do about it? Because it's all well and good that we're talking about these type of experiences. But I guess from a therapeutic point of view, our concerns are always, we don't want to normalize it too much that you think it's just something you have to live with. You know, it's exactly the same as anxiety. Anxiety, thank goodness we have normalized it, that people can actually talk about it. But I always say to clients, when you're anxious, when you're living with anxiety, chronic or even generalized anxiety, it means that something is not working in your life, that you are struggling. And it's exactly the same with seasonal affective disorder. So I've put together 8 tips that I talk about in my practice around really understanding how to live not only through the autumn and the winter, but basically all the seasons in life. Back in the day, our ancestors, they used to live according to the seasons. We used to eat according to the seasons. We don't do that anymore. We don't have the privilege and the options to be doing that. We live in a world where, even though, again, specifically in the Northern Hemisphere, when the nights are drawing in and the weather is dark and the land feels barren, we are expected to keep pushing through 100 miles an hour. And that is just not what our bodies and the seasons were really designed for back in the day. So how do we do this? How do we survive the effects of autumn, winter, SAD syndrome? So first of all, it's about understanding the seasons. Number one, understanding the seasons, understanding autumn, the reason why we have the harvest festivals and we, you know, all of the gathering and it's to gather, preparing for the darker months. The animals do it, nature does it, they prepare, they gather, they go within, they hibernate, they nurture themselves, they store, they get ready for the season that's coming. We as humans, we don't do that often. We just brace ourselves and here we go. So really it's about, you know, autumn, winter, it's about nurturing, going within, resetting, resting, all of these things that we need to be bringing into our daily life. How do we do that? Life's busy. We have to make the time. We have to look at these seasons as something that is in our lives that we can either get on board with or we can fight against. If we fight against it, we're going to be burnt out. We're going to be exhausted. We're going to be depressed. You know, depression as well, seasonal depression. That is about, you are depressed. You are not happy. You are sad. Let's look at that. Let's look at what do you need to bring into your life. So with nurturing, it's about I always say, and this is a trend that everybody does, about decorating your house, but decorate for all seasons. Bring in your winter blankets, you know, even on a budget. You can do it. Charity shops, more affordable shops, or if you can afford to go out and get exactly what you need, treat yourself and do that. But bring in everything that you are lacking, the warmth, the light, bring it into your life. We always say in therapy, what those feelings are. I always say, what's the opposite? So if you're feeling lonely, it means you need connection. If you're feeling burnt out, you need to rest. If you're feeling sad, you need to bring a bit of joy and warmth back into your life. So really be noticing the feelings that are coming up for you. Don't get scared by feelings. Feelings are messages. We are meant to be having feelings. It's just in this life, we're not taught what to do with them. What do we do with these things? So usually what we do is we push them down. We try not to feel them, because if we feel them, we think they're going to take over our lives, and we keep carrying on. And what happens is they just scream louder. So it's about listening to ourselves, nurture, bring in a lot of. Number 2 is a lack of light. That is basically what happens, is we are affected by not having as much light and what that brings in our lives. So you find a lot of the time when it's darker, when it's rainy, when it's cold, we don't get out as much, we don't socialize as much, but we're not seeing the sun. We are not having that vitamin recharge. You all know what that holiday feeling, or even if you're not able to go on holiday, just sitting outside, going out for a walk along the beach, you feel like that, you feel reset. It's a lot of the time the weather that gets us out to do those things. So make sure that you are turning on your lights. I know, again, financially, it's an issue. Candles, low lights, warm lights, anything that resembles warmth. You can get little fireplaces where you turn on the fire and it just feels cozy. You can have screensavers on YouTube where they have all these cozy autumnal settings or Christmas settings or a winter walk setting that you have on your screen. It creates an ambience and it creates a mood shift. So this is something that throughout you can actually go through your entire life, your home, your work desk, every setting that you are in, to bring in that warmth. Another thing, number 3, keep your routine going, keep those things going that we would do in the spring and the summer. Go for those winter walks. Go out into nature. It is the reset that makes you feel like that, not only the sun. So be making sure that you're getting out, you're moving your body, you're breathing fresh air, you're resetting, but you're walking a little bit slower. Go a little bit slower, especially in the UK. We're always rushing, we're always fast, we're always driving fast, walking fast. Anyone who works or lives in London, it's go, 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 go. Slow down. Speak slower, move slower, walk slower. It changes and resets your energy inside. Number 4, anybody who's worked with me knows I bang on about this all the time. We know that what the sun gives us is vitamin D, okay? So it is also a lack of vitamin D. It is also a lack of serotonin at some stages. So if this is not changing, it's not shifting, and you've done all these things, consider seeing your GP. Maybe you need a serotonin top up with some antidepressants or mood balancing medication. But there's a lot that you can do as well on the side if that is not the case. So if you are able to have your vitamin D and your B12 levels checked, do it. We should all be living on vitamin D, and we should be having our B12 checked, right? Your B12 is for your nervous system. It's for your immune system. Your vitamin D is your feel-good vitamins that you need. we lose these when the sun goes away. So if you want to visit your local medical websites to find out how much vitamin D you should be on, I would really suggest that for clients or viewers in the UK. The NHS actually has a summary of how much vitamin D we should be taking and when we should be starting. I believe it's from end of September, October, all the way through to spring, that it suggests that everybody basically should be on vitamin D, and that includes children as well. And the darker your skin tone, the more vitamin D sometimes you tend to need. So that's another thing as well, is be investing in, this is a time for nurture and investing in yourself. As well with self-care, number 5, self-care, right? Okay, so if we look at the seasons, we look at the how nature does it. We are harvesting all these things in the autumn to be able to use throughout the autumn and the winter. So if you follow the seasons, start making those wholesome meals. Start upping your vitamin intake in your vegetables, the feel good. I will say it's like a hug in your belly. Start caring about yourself, giving yourself those things, baking your apple pie. It can be a healthy option. It can be that feeling. Start investing in yourself. Start caring about yourself. Start nurturing yourself. I think this is something that we really try and teach our clients in therapy. It is our responsibility to take care of ourselves, and sometimes we don't know how to do that. We know on a basic level of how to take care of ourselves, but when you start to have a real nurturing relationship with yourself, and you actually start to believe that you do matter, that you actually are a person and you are deserving, you tend to shift the self-care a lot more to an internal way of being. I'm not talking face masks and massages. Absolutely, this is a time for taking care, looking after yourself more. Absolutely, but this is also about the internal. What am I feeling? What do I need? For anybody that has children, or if you can cast your mind back to, childhood, and if you didn't have this experience in childhood, then those magical childhood movies that you used to watch where the parents are nurturing and kind, that is what we need to be doing to ourselves, to our own inner child. And I promise you, you will feel the difference. You will feel the difference almost instantly sometimes. So this is really, really important. Making sure you get enough sleep, making sure you keep those routines, but you are finding things. Find your TV series that you're going to watch, find all these little pockets of joy in the spring and the summer. Nature is almost, it spoils us. It gives us these little pops of dopamine of, this is amazing. In the autumn and the winter, specifically the winter, the autumn, it's still really beautiful and it's pretty. And, the winter can be bleak and it can be long. So be finding these little routines that you're going to do and things that you're bringing in. This is about bringing in. Spring and autumn, spring and summer, it's about going out. Being taken from what's going on outside from within. But in autumn and winter, it's about going within. Okay? I don't know if that made a lot of sense. Hopefully you got what I was saying. Number 6. Plan exciting things to do, especially I know I'm talking about the Northern Hemisphere a lot here. That is because having grown up in the Southern Hemisphere, so coming from South Africa, where we have summer for about, or blue skies and sun for about 9 months of the year. In some countries, it's almost the whole year. You're just living that holiday kind of feel life. You're planning this when you want to. You don't really need to be planning these big, exciting things because they just keep rolling. But in the Northern Hemisphere, plan Plan exciting things. So if we look, we've got October, November, December, January, February, March, okay, 6 months. Plan 6 things each month that you can look forward to. Big, exciting things. They don't, actually, I've just said big. You know what? They don't have to be big as in financially big, but they can big as in, oh, I can't wait. We need to have things to look forward to. Think of that feeling. We have all the countdowns on our phone. 54 days till we go on holiday, blah, 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 blah. We don't do that in the autumn and the winter because we're waiting to live in the spring and the summer. We are missing half of the year. Start bringing in, even if it's right, we're going to meet up and go to a different little shop in a different village, and I'm going to meet up with friends, and this is what we're going to do then. And we're going to, I don't know, go on a walking group then. Start planning things. Get a diary and start planning things. And what you'll see is that you will have these peaks of dopamine, and it will be exciting. And the weeks, it won't take the winter away, but it will start to feel like, oh, okay. You know, when we start, again, I'm going to say it, when we start getting depressed, it can feel as if we need to look outwards and go, but actually, we have to learn to interpret our feelings. What is it that I am needing in that moment that I'm not getting right now? And how do I get out and get that? You know? Right. Number 7, my favorite one. Dress for the seasons. Again, this can be budget friendly. We've got charity shops. We've got eBay, Marketplace. Other suppliers are out there too. But start dressing for the seasons. Start getting out your cozy scarves and having fun with fashion. Get your hats on. Get your Wellington boots on. Get all your comfy clothes that you wear at home that make you feel all nurtured and comfy. And do this for your kids too, because what we're going through, they're going through too. Yeah. Get your autumn mugs that you're having with your coffee. Do all those things, but dress for the seasons in a fun, exciting way. Because first of all, it's going to peak up your serotonin and dopamine levels because it's fun. You're going to feel part of the seasons versus fighting the seasons. You know, I'm saying all, I think most of us get to the stage, we get to about February, March, and we're like, stood there in the coats. You know, wear bright colors. A lot of the time, come January, February, March, the darker the skies go, the brighter I try to wear colors just to liven up my mood. Change your makeup up. Change for men, you know, whatever. Change your aftershave up. Change your perfumes up. Have fun with how are we going to be walking through and experiencing these seasons. Because it really, really releases these joyous hormones and dopamine highs that we really, really need in these times. And yeah, the last one, number 8, is rest. Go within. Go within. I know it sounds so cliche, go within, but it's true. Go within. Rest. This is your opportunity to say, do you know what? I can't make it. I'm just going to chill at home. I'm going to play the games I never played. I'm going to start to plan what I want to bring into fruition as spring. Spring is about everything that you put into the ground in the autumn and the winter springs into fruition come spring, and we reap the benefits in the summer. Okay, so what is it that you want to be planting for your spring ahead? What is it? What is it that you want to be working on on yourself? What is it that you maybe want to learn, or things that you never got a chance to really do? Now's your time. Enjoy it. Get out all those gifts and Christmas presents and everything that after Christmas gets put away. Get them out, you know. Start learning a new skill. Get some colouring pencils and colour, crochet, knit. Learn to bake something. I know baking bread's a big thing. Learn to bake bread. Learn to do all these little nice, exciting things that you can do, and then share. That's another thing about autumn and winter is we share. Well, we used to. We used to share our harvest. We used to share with others. So again, it's that oxytocin. Thank you. Sorry. It's that release of oxytocin where you're creating something, you're sharing it with somebody that you care about. They're getting oxytocin, the love hormone, you're getting it back, you know? So that would be my advice. 8 things: understanding the season, understanding what to do with the lack of light and how to bring it into your life, keeping your routine, still getting out there, checking your vitamin levels, doing the self-care and the nurturing, planning exciting things to get you 6 exciting things. You could do more, but at least 6, 1 for every month. Having fun with the fashion around autumn and winter, and listening, going within, planning for what you want to come into fruition in the spring. Okay, I hope that helps, and yeah, look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.